20 years ago, the world fell to shit. Cities put up walls to protect themselves and threw the criminals out so they could fight over what was left. But there are humble motherfuckers like me delivering cargo from one walled city to another. And that's where the cars and guns come in.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and today I wanted to bring you my review on Peacock's original show, Twisted Metal. Let's get into it.
Then the exit is... Oh, they have a Foot Locker. Oh, son of...
So, I have to admit, I'm an absolute huge fan of Twisted Metal. I love the games. I grew up on Part 2. That is one of my favorites. Twisted Metal Black is one of my favorites. And the most recent edition, the PlayStation 3 edition, was phenomenal. So, to see the series go nowhere was absolutely disappointing to me. It just broke my heart. And when the show was announced, I was beyond excited. Nervous, yes, but I was very excited. Especially after the Resident Evil fiasco we had on Netflix. You know, it definitely had me a little nervous, but I'm glad to say this is nothing like that. This show is great. I really enjoyed it. It has its problems, and it's definitely different from the game, but honestly, I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It has its faults, but like I said, I'm very excited to see where it goes. Let's get more into it. So Anthony Mackie plays a character known as John Doe, a milkman, a delivery of some sort, delivering packages from walled-up cities. And he has amnesia, so he can't obviously remember anything about himself, his past, or anything, so it just sets him up to the world that he knows now, which is chaotic, crazy, and just full of killers, which everyone actually tries to avoid. We got lawmen who think they're lawmen, but who bring more chaos than the actual criminals. And then we have Stephanie Beatrice, who actually plays a character known as Quiet, who's, you guessed it, very quiet. She's great in this show. I loved her in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I was also very nervous to see her dynamic with Anthony Mackie in this show. It's very, very different, and I wanted to know where they would go. And she's great. She's great. I love the relationship that they have together. I love how they grow. It's awesome, and it felt very natural. Anthony Mackie's character is great too. He's funny, he's whimsical, he's very relatable. He's just someone who wants more. He's someone who wants to settle down, and I think we all know how that feels. So when he's given the chance to, he takes it, and it leads him on this crazy journey across the country to pick up a package and then come right back. And in between that, we have the setting as you know it, the story of Twisted Metal. Though it's very different from the game, being that it's not a tournament, but I really enjoyed it, and I liked it. It's full of Easter eggs, it's full of great humor. I was also very nervous when I saw the clip of Sweet Tooth dancing to the Thong Song, but rest assured, he's great. He's great. Played by Samoa Joe and Will Arnett, respectively. He's awesome. He's so funny. I can't believe how much they changed him. He's not the grotesque psycho killer he was in the game, which honestly I do kind of miss, but I like their version of this one, and I want to see the change in Part 2. I want to see the growth and him become Sweet Tooth as we know it. Thomas Hayden Church actually plays H.N. Stone, and he plays him phenomenally well. He's so menacing, he's so scary, and he's someone you just love to hate kind of thing. He does a great job. And Quiet actually has a personal grudge against him, so that leads her journey, and her and Anthony Mackie has a mutual agreement to get the job done. So it sets up the story very well. It's very natural. It feels good. The pacing is very good. The show is actually only about 25 to 30 minutes each, so it flies by. It definitely leaves you wanting more. The only gripe, my personal gripe, and this is really going to be subjective, but I really wanted more action. I really wanted more chaos. I needed that Twisted Metal feel and vibe. I had it to an extent, but I didn't get it. Don't get me wrong. It was good, but it wasn't great. So I'm excited to see what they can do further with this. I think they laid a great foundation, and I'm excited to see where they can build upon it. Honestly, I had a great time with it. There's not many gripes. It's just, personally, I wanted more action, but I had a great time with the characters. I thought they were crazy, funny, chaotic. Everything a Twisted Metal world should be. I felt like the show definitely brought it. Just certain aspects were missing, and that can definitely be improved upon on the second season. So I'm very, very excited. So those are my thoughts on Twisted Metal, and honestly, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for joining in.